one of the things I'm fascinated about is you were really pigeonholed into the gospel praise breaks scene in music, and that's one of the big things I hear a lot of people when they make TikToks or they make Instagram is they're going, oh, I don't want to be trapped in one gimmick and then stuck there. Not only did you break free of this, but you found even more success by going into the chill vibe stuff and your content that you make now. How did you break free of that pigeonhole in the gospel praise breaks? And how did you develop a second life as the chill vibes producer?
That's a really good question. It took years, honestly, to figure it out. It took a long time until because I was trying to do everything to please everybody. Because in 2020, that was like, okay, I don't need to make any enemies in this season. I need to, you know, cater to every demographic. Just as a babe in the business. And then I started to realize the more you try to cater to everybody, the more you're going to cater to no one, and you're not going to have an identity. And so, my style has always been chill and R&B and hip hop through the years. That's why I started getting into production in the first place, was to make these Dilla-esque kind of beats and put my own musicality on top of it. So what I showcased wasn't really the heart of my true native position as a producer, if you will. I learned that style over time to be compatible in the church scene, being in Church of God in Christ. So I learned a lot of the style. But my native position has always been like very chill, relaxed R&B minor seven kind of chords like these. That was the first chord I learned. The first chords I learned was "It's Love" by Jill Scott, and that's just like a series of just minor seven back to back, in like a sequence of a minor third. And so I took those chords, learned them in every key, then I started sounding very R&B out the gate because those minor sevens are like very smooth, and especially if you play them like going down the circle of fifths, it sounds very Earth, Wind, and Fire and Jill Scott Floetry and Music Soul Child. Like that was just where they resonated. Kim, smooth R&B. So I was like, okay, to kind of sum this all up, I need to really make the music that I'm honest about and be vulnerable, but be bold and vulnerable at the same time. And um, that was definitely in like 2021 for sure. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do the music that I've been dreaming to make as a kid and divorce myself mentally from not my faith, but divorce myself from the expectations that were put on me that they were not even my calling or my anything. So I started making honest music, the music that I've been dreaming to make as a kid, and it just resonated with people during that time, during the pandemic. Everyone is at home studying, so they need more relaxing music. And it was just a perfect marriage of here's what I've been doing for years, and now here's the time to do it. And it just coincided. So that's what it ended up getting widely recognized. So yeah.
And so it was a cold stop. Like you stopped, you just made the decision to stop doing the church stuff, and then you were going to do the chill vibe stuff. There was no transitional period, nothing like that. You just cold
Mm-mm.
stopped.
Yeah.
Were you worried that your gospel fans were going to turn on you at all or anything like that?
Uh, I knew that I was going to take a hit at engagement. So I wasn't worried about what they would think. At that point, I wasn't worried at all. I was worried before, which is why I stayed doing it for so long. But at that point, I was ready to like, okay, we're doing good in sales, so we're making good money on this side. And apparently there's an audience that likes this stuff. So I went full force into it, and I couldn't look to the left or to the right. I just had to get centered, and that's what made a difference.